Morning. My name's Aaron Gornstein. I'm with POA, Preservation of Affordable Housing, and on behalf of POA and Nuestra Comunidad, I just want to thank everyone for being here to celebrate the completion of the loop at Mattapan Station. Let's go. Yeah. When I think about the agenda of the Wu administration and the Healy-Driscoll administration, I think there are three common priorities. Guess what the top priority is? Housing. Oh, you got it. Affordable housing. I know that was going to be tough. The second, not necessarily in this order, is climate change. And the third is transportation. And what's unique about this project is it addresses all three at once. The loop is providing 135 affordable homes for Boston families. It's built to passive house standards and is highly energy efficient. And it's the epitome of transit-oriented development, right? Because look, I don't think you could get any closer to public transit than this property. On top of that, of course, we have a brand new grocery store. You'll hear about that. A gym, a fitness room, access to an amazing bike path, and much more. So I guess we could probably add public health as the fourth common priority. But to kick off our program, I'd like to introduce Mayor Michelle Wu. Mayor Wu has taken a comprehensive approach to addressing Boston's housing needs. In partnership with the City Council, she's increased funding for affordable housing production and preservation and has ensured that low-income tenants remain stably housed, especially during COVID. And she's tackled and taken on the homelessness crisis through expansion of permanent supportive housing. But the mayor also recognizes that solutions really have to go beyond funding, although that's absolutely essential. And that's why I've been honored to participate in a task force that she established to expedite the approval process for affordable housing developments under Sheila Dillon's leadership and Arthur Jemison, and we're making very good progress. And I'm really confident that the forthcoming policies are going to make a real difference in getting more housing built more quickly in the city of Boston. So please join me in welcoming Mayor Michelle Wu.
Good morning, everyone. I am at the stage of recovering from a cold where I feel better but sound worse, so glad for the microphones. Thank you so much for all the incredible partners who have been involved to get this over to the finish line and ready for our amazing residents to move in. I'm really grateful to be with so many colleagues in public service and government. This has truly been an effort from the federal, state, and city level in partnership with so many community leaders as well, from our Congresswoman to state representatives, the Healy-Driscoll administration, and good morning, Lieutenant Gov, our #1 champion for housing in the state, our city councilors, who I know I saw Councilor Lujan here, and I'm sure other colleagues as well, and the best chief of housing anywhere in the country, Sheila Dillon. Thank you for your leadership. I'm also grateful to have Jessica Boatwright. Jessie is our Deputy Director for Neighborhood Housing Development here as well. And our partners, Corey and everyone from the POA team, Director Santat from Nuestra Comunidad, Director Cornegay from MassHousing, President Rauch from Daily Table. Thank you, thank you. I also want to thank and recognize in advance Ms. Janet Getchell, who will soon be a resident here at the Loop and who we'll hear from in a little bit. The numbers make it very clear why developments like this are such an urgent priority for all of us. Almost 60% of rental households in Mattapan are rent burdened, meaning that they're putting more than a third of their income just towards keeping a roof over their heads. That is a hard way to live, a way that we should not be putting anyone into balancing and juggling, especially if you're trying to pay off debt, pay for childcare, cover medical expenses, save up for retirement. Mattapan, and Boston needs more affordable housing. And a big way we can meet those needs is by funding and building more affordable projects like this one. The Loop transforms what was once a vacant lot into 135 units of mixed-use housing and commercial space to create a community hub for residents and neighbors. And we are so excited that the first business tenant here will be Daily Table, a nonprofit grocery store whose mission is providing fresh and nutritious food at prices people can afford. They're already a staple in Dorchester and Roxbury. They're already a key community partner for the city as well. We've been really excited that our Office of Food Justice at the city has partnered with Daily Table on the Boston Double Up Food Bucks program, which basically doubles the value of dollars that you spend on fruits and vegetables with EBT cards, and also has worked together to innovate and make sure that this would cover online grocery sales as well during the pandemic and continuing to this day as we see people's lives and needs evolving and the technology evolving as well. We want to make sure that all of our residents can benefit from this. So thank you, thank you. We know that the housing crisis is about more than just shelter, that our residents don't just deserve safe, affordable, and comfortable spaces, but housing that can get them right near transit to where they need to go. The Mattapan trolley, local bus routes, and the commuter rail. This also has nature and open green spaces nearby, like the Neponset River Greenway, and it's connected to stores and shops and markets that make all the pieces of our lives fit together. The Loop at Mattapan Station demonstrates what's possible when we work together across levels of government with nonprofits, community development corporations, residents, and businesses to create holistic, transit-oriented housing that doesn't just provide a place to live, but the means to live well. Otra vez en español. Casi 60% de los hogares de alquilar en Mattapan son de alquilar alto, lo que significa que la gente está poniendo más de un tercio de sus ingresos a los costos de vivienda. Esa es una manera difícil de vivir, especialmente si uno está tratando de pagar la deuda, pagar la ciudad de niños, cubrir los gastos médicos o ahorrar para el retiro. Mattapan y Boston necesitan más viviendas asequibles y una gran manera de satisfacer esas necesidades es por medio de la financiación y la construcción de más proyectos de vivienda asequible como este. El Loop transforma lo que antes era un terreno vacío en 135 unidades de vivienda de uso mixto y espacio comercial para crear un centro comunitario para residentes y vecinos. Estamos muy contentos de que el primer inquilino de negocios aquí será Daily Table, una tienda de alimentos sin fines de lucro cuya misión de proporcionar alimentos frescos y nutritivos a precios asequibles los ha convertido en una parte de la comunidad esencial en Dorchester y Roxbury. Y ahora Mattapan. El Loop at Mattapan Station demuestra lo que es posible cuando trabajamos juntos a todos los niveles de gobierno para asociarnos con organizaciones sin ánimo de lucro, corporaciones de desarrollo comunitario, residentes y empresas para crear viviendas integrales orientadas al transporte público que no solo proporcionan un lugar donde vivir, sino los medios para vivir bien. Thank you so much, everyone, and it is my honor to pass the microphone over to someone who has been such a champion, who has gotten it at the municipal level and delivered for many years in that capacity, and now taking that expertise to make sure that all cities in Massachusetts have the resources they need for housing that's affordable, transit that is reliable. Our Lieutenant Governor, Kim Driscoll.
Good morning, everyone. What a terrific day. This is the way to start your day every day. No doubt about it. You know, I'm so fortunate that I have the honor of cutting a number of ribbons in communities across Massachusetts in this role, but nothing makes me happier to be at a place that I'm cutting a ribbon where we're putting a roof over people's head, food on the tables, and creating a vibrant neighborhood. Like, how lucky are we to be able, in this space, celebrating this amazing project today? Yes. one of the reasons I'm so excited and would not miss this day is because we're wanting to put the loop on the loop, right? We need to make sure we're building more opportunities for this very model to be in place across Massachusetts. Like, think about it for a minute. 135 affordable units, Wi-Fi, community space, a gym, a fitness center that I just saw, which is lovely, a bike station, e-bike station, community spaces, as I mentioned, on the trolley line and a bus line, built on formerly underutilized state property. Check, 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 right? The only thing I can say is, when can I move in, right? And I think that's key. We want to build affordable housing that all of us want to live in, that have these amazing amenities and are also serving this need that we know is so great. Right now, we know 60% of the folks here in this neighborhood are housing secure. Over 50% of residents and renters across Massachusetts are housing insecure. We know that 20% of our families, 30% of our families of color are food insecure. When you can combine an opportunity to build housing, transit-oriented development, exactly what we want, car-light options in communities, and then have the land use model come along with it, where you have access to food, Doug, that you and your team provide, not just access to affordable, nutritious food, but a real community partner. I know there'll be food demonstrations and opportunities for community building in that space as well. One of the reasons we're happy to have Doug and his team expanding into Salem, also in an affordable housing building on the first floor. We're onto something here, and what we need to do is dramatically increase the pace and escalate this type of work across Massachusetts. And the good news is, we can do it. One, we've got resources, we've got people, and we've got commitments from this administration to make sure if we've got underutilized space, it's not going to be underutilized for long. So I really want to thank the team here at PUA, at Nuestra, all of the housing providers that make properties like this work. It is not for the faint of heart to be doing affordable housing development. Anyone who's done that knows it. It's not easy, and we need to find a way to make sure we're combining our resources and really committing to this effort to knocking down all of those barriers that we know exist too often in too many places. And we are going to take that task on. Many of you know we're forming our own housing secretariat, Secretariat of Housing and Livable Communities. Putting those efforts together is one way that we hope to meet the dramatic need that we have for affordable housing. And if you're not convinced there's a need beyond any of the current data, I think there were 3,000 applicants for 135 units here. And that is common anytime there's an affordable housing project, whether you're in Boston or Worcester or Salem or New Bedford. That says to me we've got more work to do, but I'm smiling because I know with the folks who are here and many more who aren't, we're going to get it done. It's going to be hard, but coming together is the way we're going to achieve the sorts of results we know we want. Vibrant communities, food secure places, and an opportunity to make sure folks have a roof over their head. Just basic human rights. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's contributed to this, including our team at DHCD, our Undersecretary Jennifer Maddox, who many of you know, who continue to be in the trenches, whether it's working on emergency assistance shelter, home ownership programs, and projects just like this. They put in the time and the attention, and we're only going to build off of that with this new housing cabinet role. So thanks for everyone for being here and for all the good work that you're doing. And it's now my pleasure to introduce a woman who really needs no introduction, who heads up MassHousing and is involved in every really cool initiative tied to affordable housing, home ownership, and ways we can leverage state dollars and key partners to come together to make sure we're meeting our housing goals. Crystal Cornegay.
Good morning. Oh, you can do better than that. Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Like the Lieutenant Governor said, whoever did weather for the event, good job. So I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all for having me. Super excited about this deal. This deal represents the culmination of a variety of roles that I've had as part of the state government. And so when I was undersecretary, we worked on the initiative to put together state land and to put it out to bid. And then when I was on the MBTA board, we took a vote so that we could put this parcel out to bid. And at MassHousing, we put together all of the financing along with POA and Nuestra to get this to become a reality. And so while these things take time to come together, and we could have different roles along the way, some of us are lucky enough to be part of it for every stage. And one of the things I like best about these deals is because, as many of you know, I started work in an organization like Nuestra, and that work always helps keep me grounded that the reason we do these things is for the people. And I never forget those folks that I worked with every day, that we helped move through things every day, that taught me so much about dignity and resilience and keeping it moving forward and reminding me always that that is why we do the work. I love the deals. I love to make money. I love to do all that kind of stuff. But if not for bringing forth projects like this that can combine lots of different sources and uses, and those of you, as the Lieutenant Governor said, who do this every day know that that is not easy. I'm so excited to be at MassHousing, where we are very good at it. We make it look easy. We're so good at it. And so thank you all. Looking forward to hanging out with POA again. I think it's like, don't we have like another 2 of these or something? And congratulations to you all, and welcome to your new home, residents.
Good morning and welcome again, everyone. Crystal's always a hard act to follow. My name's Corey Fellows. I'm part of the POA development team. And I wanted to just take a couple quick moments here to thank some of our other partners, starting with the MBTA, who helped to make this parcel available for development, and then really had to bear with us as we went through a sort of long, involved process of negotiating a very complex ground lease and then actually constructing this property right in the middle of what you can see in here is still a very busy transit hub, which of course, as others have noted, is central to the whole concept here. Richard Henderson is here. I also want to thank Teresa Patton, Roger Mann, Michelle Foltz, and the rest of the T team. Also Bank of America, our construction lender and equity partner, Mihal Chamberlain, the Mass Market President, and Aaron Sutherland, the Mass Market Executive, I believe, are here. I also want to thank Kate Hannafin, Mary Thompson, and the rest of the B of A team. On the design construction front, the architectural team, Delbrook Construction, the Collaborative, Howard Stein Hudson, Building Evolution Corp., which was instrumental in helping us make this building green and meet Passive House standards, and the Mass Design Group, which was involved at the very early stages when we were doing the master planning and visioning for this property. At the POA team, starting with Julie Kramer, who was really pivotal at in the very early stages at the RFP stage, working with Nuestra to secure this opportunity. Charlie Durack, Mel Miller, Deanna Savage, Julie Klump, and POA alum Ali Stein. Our property management team has been extremely busy over the last few months, really bringing this property to life and helping folks move in. And doing that, and as they often do, in the midst of a lot of continuing activity. So that team includes Brenda Hernandez, Dana Green, the property manager, Sierra Alexander, the assistant property manager, Taylor Irish, and the maintenance manager, Greg Coleman, among others. So that's just, I'm sure I've left some out. It took a lot of folks and organizations to make this all happen. As has been noted by the mayor and others, the Daily Table's involvement here is really an exciting piece to this whole project and a perfect complement to everything that it stands for. It's now my honor to introduce the founder and president of Daily Table, Doug Rao.
Well, thank you. It's quite humbling to be here in front of all of the august gathering, and we're honored to be part of this project. There is in probably all of Massachusetts nothing more critical than affordable housing and affordable nutrition. So for those of you who may not know, Daily Table is a nonprofit committed to basically democratizing access to fresh, nutritious, tasty food. We are delighted to have been here due to the tremendous support from so many people, but it would be remiss not to mention a couple particularly. First would be the USDA's, and a lot of these are acronyms. I've had to put my cheat sheet in front of me because remembering all of the government acronyms, and you don't want to get this wrong. It's the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, Then there is the Richard and Susan Smith Family Foundation, to which we are very grateful. Massachusetts Department of Agricultural Resources, MDAR, which has helped support a number of our stores, but it's particularly their Food Ventures program. Then there's the Massachusetts Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs Security Infrastructure Program. So that's the FSIP, it's the Food Security Infrastructure Program. Of course, it was POA, and their warm invitation to have us join this project, which really excited us. And then the City of Boston's ongoing support through their Office of Food Justice and other efforts that have been done also with Sheila and others to support Daily Table. I think finally I would say that without the Takeda Foundation, and particularly without the Kendall Foundation and their ongoing support, there wouldn't be a Daily Table here today. So we're grateful for all of the support we've received. And in addition to just bringing what we think is a truly dignified exchange in a way to get good, fresh, delicious food, we also are pleased to provide jobs from the community. We are a preferred hire from the community in all of our stores, and we pay living wage, which we did starting about 5 years ago, and it's been a significant part of our program. So I would like to simply say that between in my mind, the two wings of the bird that are most essential to raise a community up is one, the roof over your head, and second is a healthy meal in your stomach. I think that the community is onto a great start. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. As I mentioned, so many folks have contributed to this, and I do want to make sure to recognize Representative Holmes, who's here with us today. Thank you for all of your support. Development on this scale often requires strong local community partnerships. This one was no exception. Paul was fortunate, as mentioned, to be able to collaborate with Nuestra Comunidad on this project, and I'm now happy to introduce their Executive Director, Paul Tontat.
Thank you, Corey. And thank you, everyone. Thank you to the Mayor, to the Lieutenant Governor, to Crystal, and to Aaron. And mostly thank you to the Mattapan resident. It is only a few years ago, I believe this was all blacktop. And now look at it. We are looking at a beautiful building. And if you were here, or at least I saw pictures of what was here, one can hardly imagine. But remember and imagine we must. We must remember so that we have the courage and vision to start from scratch each time and make it happen again. It took courage for the Mattapan neighbors to trust us, to work with us on this development. It took dedication for Nuestra's partner, the Preservation for Affordable Housing, to lead the project and leap through the many hoops of each stage of development. And it took vision of all of you to raise a new neighborhood out of barren land. And the Loop is, above all, a new neighborhood. It is 135 brand new unit affordable housing, an innovative grocery store, a super thermal performing construction, and yes, more parking. And we're extremely proud of that. And most importantly, it is a home that promises security, identity, hope, health, and opportunity. It is where children will grow up, riding bikes on the Neponset Greenway Trail, where families will share food and greet each other, getting off the train after a hard day's work, and where lifelong friendship will be forged. As all of you have helped create this neighborhood and will thoughtfully assimilate it into the old one, on behalf of all of us at Nuestra Comunidad, I congratulate you and thank you. And I hope you remember this great moment, because remember we must, because there are many more houses we are to build together. Thank you so much. It is actually my pleasure and privilege to introduce Janet Getchell. I was told that she is going to be the resident who's going to be cutting the ribbon, but also the resident who's been here for a few months. Janet?
Good morning, everyone. Okay, my name is Janet Getchell, and I'm a resident here, and it's my honor to be here and to speak for the Loop. First of all, welcome to the Loop. Today we celebrate the grand opening. This is a big grand opening. Seeing all these wonderful faces, everyone smiling and beautiful. Give yourselves a hand. Clap for yourselves. All right. Okay, first of all, the layout of the building is simply beautiful and adds a certain comfort to the community and residents who reside here. To all the construction workers and design team, this could not have been done without your architecture and services. And we as a community appreciate all your hard effort and work from the ground up. Thank you. I admired watching the transition of people from all different locations to the Loop, building directors, and management team. Ciara, thank you for all your help, and Taylor, also Jessica, all the hard work you ladies put in, and everyone else on your team. This community is great to reside in. I live in it, and it's wonderful. The residents are very kind. It's also great to see all the small businesses. The Daily Table, it's awesome to have, you know, a nutritional place here for people to eat healthy food here for the residents. It's also great to see, like I said, all the small businesses. It's great to see the building is very diverse amongst its tenants, all different tenants, cultures, which is awesome. This community is being built into something we can be proud of. We should give ourselves, let's clap for that. Okay, thank you. Give ourselves a hand. This area makes it easy commuting back and forth to destinations, which it's very helpful to the people of this community to travel in and out of all areas to other locations by MBTA or bus, if driving is not a convenience. So let's give a big applaud for the Loop.
Good day, everyone. When I hear about what this community is, it is the community that raised me. And so when you say about Mattapan, growing up, taking the trolley is what I've done. I grew up on the street, for those who don't know, Rockdale, which is the street next to Burger King. So to grow up and to actually be in a role that you're actually able to make a difference to the community that developed you, it is always just an honor to be on days like today. I heard Paul say about how we built this from an open lot that had just been vacant for so long. And so growing up in a neighborhood where it has been vacant for this long, it is important that, as you said, the community is involved. I can remember we've had some very difficult days. We had Mattapan CDC, who was initially proposing this site 12, 15 years ago. And Senator Forey, Rep. Forey at the time, we were in that with Spencer DeShields thinking we're about to build something a long time ago. But who was it? Evelyn Friedman and all of those folks long ago. And then we had a process where this property became what was going to be what we thought when you put it out, a charter school. And Senator, not Fluker now, but who was it? Dan Cullinan and the senator and I, they called me and they said, hey, Russell, let's meet up here at Brothers. Let's have a conversation about whether or not this is going to be a charter school or not. We found a different location for the charter school, and it became, hey, well, how do we build out something that's really what you see today? And so, Senator Forey, thank you for all you did over the years. And then now I got to go to my money folks. As I say, when I love these meetings, I cannot help but to say thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Crystal. Because when you see this list behind you, this is a very difficult thing to put together. It is not easy to take it so that we can have affordability. And it's really not easy in a community where Paul said we've just lost a lot of trust. Every time there's a conversation about what to build, you have to go through decades of lost trust on whether or not you're going to deliver what you say you're going to deliver. And what we can tell you all the time is what I say. I'm not picky, and I think my neighborhood's the same way. We simply want the best. Aaron, that's what we want. We want the best. That's what we want. And so when we hear all of the comments today, I'm so happy to hear what you were saying about just from the ground up. That is what we deserve. We don't deserve something that's cheap. We don't deserve something that's going to be falling apart in 5 or 10 years. That's exactly what we don't want a facade that's going to be falling down and not well taken care of. And so thank you, Daily Table. Thank you, Crystal, again. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, I think. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We need to continue to do this because of the fact that one of the final things I'm going to say is in every neighborhood meeting, every single one. Oh, there's Madam Undersecretary, didn't see you over there. How are you today? Again, some more money for me. Maddox did a great job in the Ways and Means hearing. I'm going to tell you, I called the governor right away and say, you're looking for a housing chief. I got one for you already. I already told the governor that. But I'm just going to say to you, it is difficult in every neighborhood meeting, every single one, when you come and you have a conversation about something this large. It is a very large building, and it's a conversation around parking. And in neighborhood meetings, where you hear most is you're going to hear from owners. You would never know in this city that 2/3 of the people in this city are renters. You just don't hear from them in neighborhood meetings. Somebody has got to fight for the renters. Somebody has had to fight for the affordable renters. And so to build a project like this, still when we are having challenges around where am I going to park, we have to land. I know I get myself in trouble each time, but I have to land on a place that simply says, for all of us who are owners, all of us who own properties, right? I have to select, hey, who am I going to stand with? I'm going to stand with the person who needs housing before I stand with the person who needs parking for the housing they already have. That's just something you just have to do. So thank you, the entire team. Thank you. I heard Miho was here. I didn't see him, but thank you, Miho, for, again, delivering the check from Bank of America. We need these funds, and these are just some of the things. Like, I'll be with the Lieutenant Governor tomorrow. Housing is a demand. This is one of the most expensive places in this world, in this country to live. We have to create housing for people to not have to move to Brockton, to Stoughton, to Randolph. Boston people should live in Boston. That's where we should live. We shouldn't have to be pushed outside of the city. So thank you, Nuestra, Paul, and the entire team for this great day today. Thank you.
So that concludes the speaking program. We are going to cut the ribbon, and then hopefully folks can stick around. And if you haven't already, try some of the daily table items that are in the club room. Maybe even stop into the store. Thanks again for coming, and enjoy the rest of the day.